What's up? This is Jake and Kristen with Hike 734, and today we're just finishing up a backpacking trip over the beautiful Gunsight Pass in Glacier National Park. We started out over at the Jackson Glacier Overlook and went all the way up to Gunsight Lake and spent the night there. And then we went up and over Gunsight Pass and spent the night at Lake Ellen Wilson, and then went over to Sperry and are working our way out right now. And yeah, beautiful day as we left Jackson Glacier Overlook and just went down into the dense vegetation. My goodness sakes, it was definitely thick in there and lots and lots of huckleberries and lots of birds singing. It was beautiful. And came down over to Reynolds Creek with Deadwood Falls, which is such a pretty little cascade in the morning light. And then yeah, from there just worked our way up along the St. Mary River, just seeing all the really cool forests, and it just changed until we got over, eventually working our way up to Mirror Pond, and just seeing the huge mountains surrounding us. Just a lovely hike. We love this whole section in here, and we just kind of worked our way through that and just cruised around, and finally started going where we crossed the creek that comes out from Florence Falls and got up on the ridge, and you could see just a little bit of Florence Falls, and then started the long grind through the really more thick vegetation as we climbed up into the basin with Gunsight Lake, seeing all the beautiful mountains around us like Jackson and Blackfoot and Logan with the glaciers below them. And yeah, eventually came into the gorgeous Gunsight Lake Basin. And when we got there, we went ahead and did a loon survey. We're out doing some citizen science work this weekend. And yeah, did a loon survey. Didn't see any loons, which is fine because that's part of doing surveys. And but yeah, woke up the next morning and the skies had cleared. It had been a little bit cloudy the previous day, but we had a mirror lake there. It was pretty buggy though, I will admit. Kristen's tired of hearing me whine about that. And but yeah, we started climbing up through the dense vegetation, getting better views of the lake, which is beautiful colors, and working our way up towards the head of the lake, loving all the waterfalls, and looking back and seeing going to the sun and all of its mountain friends there. And on the way up to Gunsight Pass, we went ahead and did a mountain goat survey, and we saw a few, which was fun, including some that were really too close to us on the trail, looking for a salty treat. And yeah, we were able to navigate them safely. And yeah, we did a survey though. That was great. And continued on up over, crossing over a little bit of snow. So it was nice because they weren't too scary. So that was great. And finally made our way up by the shelter hut at Gunsight Pass. Took one last look and then went over by Lake Ellen Wilson. And such another pretty drainage after we crossed the Continental Divide. And then dropped down through the switchbacks and over through the really cool waterfall that drops down. Got a little bit of wet feet, but that's just a little feature of the trail. And ran into some more mountain goats as we came over towards camp. And just before we actually went to camp, we spotted some common loons in Lake Ellen Wilson. So we did a survey there, and so it was nice to see a couple of them up there. We don't think they're nesting, but it was good to see them. And finally made it to camp. And yeah, so then we made camp and spent the night, and had some deer that were bothering us. This guy right here decided to try to digest half of Kristen's rain jacket. We saved the deer from the jacket, but the jacket, alas, is gonna have to go in the bin. And anyways, but it's beautiful, lots of wildflowers. And yeah, so then we started climbing out. It was a little bit drizzly. The forecast looked like it was going to be wonderful and sunny, but man, just these persistent clouds kept drizzling on us as we climbed out of the basin. Still beautiful. Got to see a pika or two as we were coming out of there, and but man, it just kept getting wetter and wetter. And as we went around the corner, looked down over at Lincoln Lake, and yeah, it just kept getting wetter. We saw some more mountain goats, which was great, and we also felt some more raindrops. And by the time we crested Lincoln Pass, it was definitely raining on us. And we went down to the Sperry dining hall there and warmed up by the fireplace, and kind of got recalibrated and stuffed our packs once more, and just started working our way down. And so we're just kind of grinding it out right now. But man, so many birds on this trip, so many wildflowers. We definitely have eaten some wild raspberries and some wild huckleberries because they're all delicious. And yeah, just lots of cool views, lots of cool waterfalls. Always fun to get out and spend some time out in Glacier. So we're just cruising out now. I'm just talking a little bit so we can show you some more footage, including this grizzly bear that we saw when we were camping over at Lake Ellen Wilson. Anyway, but now we're heading out, ready to go have some real food and some showers. So anyway, this is Jake and Kristen with Hike 734 doing a little backpack over Gunsight Pass in Glacier National Park. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and head on over to hike734.com for more goodness.